I think the players as well need to have a look in the mirror, what they put in, and talk about tactics, the basics. You can read anything into it that you want, whether they're playing for me or not. That performance in itself was damning.
Chelsea are a very interesting club because they're more known for their cycles of having very great seasons, winning trophies, and then because of a small patch of form, sack their manager, and they have to go through a whole crisis of inconsistency before going back to winning ways. This is why they've sacked 10 coaches in 10 years, and I'm not even including interims. Liam Rosenior got sacked from Chelsea, and now he's actually open for work. Could even make that a joke, seriously, I'm not gonna lie. Chelsea hasn't reached this new low since 1912, and somehow their rebuild attempts keep getting worse. They've lost 5 games in a row without scoring a single goal. Yes, they just played Leeds a few hours ago and are going to go to the FA Cup final, and honestly, that's actually a very big achievement. I mean, that'll be like one more trophy more than Arsenal this whole season.
You fucking having a laugh, mate. You're having a fucking laugh.
They just fired Liam Rosenior after only 106 days, so basically just 4 months, before they realized he's not built for this shit. And after spending over £1 billion, Chelsea somehow still look farther away from the actual potential of actually competing long term. It's more than just sacking the manager, it's so many things more than that. And actually, that is my question. What actually went wrong and why are they in the position that they're in? I could care less about Chelsea losing. I mean, we beat Chelsea, so I'm not even worried about that. But honestly, it's not even just about bad form. Actually, they're currently, like I said, they're currently in a club-wide identity crisis. Before winning the Champions League in 21, they were currently considered the best club in the world. Now, yes, they'd had ups and downs, and that's what I was saying. That's a cycle. They won the Champions League in 2012, their first ever Champions League from their former owner, Roman Abramovich, which Chelsea fans are gonna like be reminiscent every time I talk about that name. When Todd Boehly took over Chelsea, fans were expecting aggressive spending. They spent a lot on youth in the hopes that they're gonna grow for the future. They spent over 100 mil for Enzo Fernandez, and because that's what they expected, I mean, that's exactly what they got. And honestly, that's the problem. The club was spending without reason. Before they even got Enzo Maresca, the club had already racked up almost damn near 40 player squad list. How can you build a team with 40 players that are getting paid exuberant amounts of money? Obviously, they'll want to play because their egos are so high. It becomes very difficult to contain them, and somehow Maresca made that happen. They won a European trophy and they won the Club World Cup, beating Paris Saint-Germain 3-0. Chelsea, yes, they bought talent, but they didn't buy balance. This is why the squad seems very uneven. Even Lampard couldn't even remember some of the players that he had bought even during that era. They got a money problem, I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's not just about spending, because there's a difference. There's also the contracts that they put behind the spending. There are too many young players, too many long contracts, and too many unfinished products. Why did you need Gittins? Why did they buy Gittins? I really don't know, but they only bought him for the sake of being like, we have the money to buy Gittins, or we have the money to get Mikhail Mudryk for a 10-year contract. They have a current contract with Moises Caicedo that is so long. Now they're paying the price for that current situation. Even when Liam Rosenior was at the club, his main focus was seeing if he could actually contain the amount of egos that were at the club, because he claimed that he could age men. I don't know why he used that analogy, but
This man, age. You're aging.
he did that at Strasbourg. And yes, even though he's the golden child, or I guess the quote-unquote teacher's pet for Blueco, he couldn't really like manage the egos, and I felt like he was more focused on pleasing the players than actually like winning games. So when players are inconsistent, he kept playing them for the sake of appeasing them. Because when you're losing to United 1-0, why in the world are you putting Subject 47 on the right wing? I don't care if a player was injured. You don't put Subject 47 on the right wing.
Allah, I'll ask you right now, if you're not gonna guide him and he's gonna create more problems, Allah, destroy him!
Like every time times get hard, instead of trying to do the reset with the manager, instead of trying to understand what the manager wants, because this is the exact same thing they did with Maresca, they did not give him a chance to try and rebuild from their winnings. They just do a hard reset and just go to square zero again. They did this with Abramovich during his time, and they're still doing this with Todd Boehly. Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League and they chose to still fire bro. Then they decided to throw Graham Potter under the bus. Graham Potter to qualify for the World Cup with Sweden. Mauricio Pochettino was actually building momentum with the young talent, and that was gone in a flash. Like I said, Enzo Maresca, similar thing. He wanted to build his own system, and they actually just got him gone because he was even thinking about that. And now Liam Rosina is also gone as well. And now my question is, how do players actually build chemistry and leadership with those changes? They don't even have any experience in that squad. The oldest player I can think in that squad is Reece James. He's like 26. And I mean, like I said before, the reason why they weren't winning is because they're not even scoring anyway. They literally threw away Nicholas Jackson in the hopes of getting another new striker in Liam Delap. That man has only scored 1 goal in the whole of this season. Chelsea currently don't have any killer instincts. Their main person who really scores goals, or at least scores very impactful goals, Cole Palmer, he's kind of on a rough patch right now. I'm not even gonna go too hard on him because I know that he's a very good player. I mean, he's their number 10, but they currently don't have a number 9 like a Diego Costa or a Didier Drogba. When you go 5 straight league games without scoring, it's not even about that they're losing. They're just not scoring. Tottenham are scoring. So they're not just losing. They're just straight up toothless. They're very inconsistent when it comes to chance creating. And they just have zero confidence. And it just says so much about Chelsea that they won't take time to actually build something. If you're going to get young players and build a future with that squad, you better commit to that. You can't just keep on switching up every 1 to 2 years and then giving 10-year contracts to players because they're afraid that they're gonna leave for another club for better chances of getting playing time. So they put these exuberant contracts, back them in a bum over time. What actually happens now? I mean, Chelsea only have 2 options. I mean, if they want to still like repeat the cycle, I mean, they can. Like I said, I don't really care. But if they actually want to grow and be dominant for the next few years or seasons, they have to find a footballing identity. The managers I can really think about them trying to get are maybe like Cesc Fabregas. I mean, he played for the club. You know, Xabi Alonso. I don't know how that's gonna go well with Liverpool fans, but he could try as well. I mean, even Iraola, who's leaving Bournemouth, he could be a good shout as well, I'm gonna be honest. But overall, Chelsea just need to lock in because they aren't failing because of lack of money. They make a lot of money. I know Blueco's locked in. When the fans are paying for a product that consistently under delivers, of course people are gonna get mad. Of course people are gonna lack patience. You want success, but the second that things get hard, you just decide to just like break. And until that changes, the rebuild might just go down as the most expensive mistakes in footballing history. I know the FP are just waiting to give these guys a 5-year ban. Apart from that, comment your whole thoughts about the Chelsea situation. I appreciate everyone who watched my last video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't, leave a like and also subscribe to my Patreon, some of my art content and footballing content as well, and it just helps support the channel. Anyone who supports me on Buy Me Coffee, I appreciate that as well. Follow all my socials, they name the RD Sofa. And apart from that, thanks for watching, and until then, I'll see you again.